I'm Todd Zarwell. I'm the developer of iDoc.com, and I wanted to show you what I've been working on lately. I've been working on a update to the oblique cross cylinders calculator. Before I show it to you, though, I'm going to just kind of show you the history of this calculator. One of the first versions I made for the website is here, and it was pretty simple, and it actually hasn't changed much over time in this respect. You enter a contact lens power, an over refraction, a rotation you had to type in, and then you would calculate an answer. And it worked well. I was particularly proud of this little animation that I made. But I was a little frustrated because I really wanted to show the rotation of the lens on the eye, and at the time JavaScript just didn't seem to give me the ability to do that, or if there was a way to do it I couldn't figure it out. So it worked well, it functioned, and I kept it on the site for several years. But eventually I started to become very comfortable with using Flash, and I incorporated that into iDoc quite a bit. And I ultimately decided to rebuild the oblique cross cylinder calculators in Flash. And it worked pretty much the same way. You entered a contact power and over refraction, but for inputting the rotation, you had a contact lens, and you could click the contact lens and it would spin to where you saw the lens rotating on the eye, or you could use these arrows. And I liked it better. It was just more flashy, and it worked well for a while too. And Flash was a great thing for the web for a while. The problem is Flash doesn't work very well on mobile devices, and here's that same page on my iPhone. So the Flash part of the web page is missing, and this is true of most mobile devices. If you really jump through some hoops, you can get Flash working on some mobile devices, but it just doesn't work very well. So that is why I decided to rebuild this calculator, and here's the new version. I took advantage of the fact that I was starting from scratch, and I added some new features to it. The biggest one being I always wanted to show people how this calculation is being done with optical crosses. I didn't like the idea of people just inputting two numbers, getting a result, trusting it, making decisions, and I really wanted to show how the calculation was being done, or at least kind of give people a little bit more of a visual representation of the, the trigonometry behind it. So here it is, and it works the same way. You type in a contact lens power, let's say -10, minus 2.25 axis, let's say 70, and over refraction is -2, let's say +1 axis 90, and these are kind of odd numbers, but you can look at the optical crosses. It gives you a result lens that would be your suggested next trial lens. You can click the lens to make it spin, and fine-tune it with these arrows here. So this is actually using JavaScript again. So I've really come full circle back to where I was 10 years ago. The thing is, JavaScript has become a lot more powerful. There's a lot more libraries that allow for things like spinning objects and rotating images, and I was able to make this calculator work the way I always wanted it to, and I'm happy with it. And the best thing about it is, if we go back to our mobile device here, let's see, there it is, and it will work just the same way on the mobile device as it does on the website. So I realized that I don't have the time or the resources to make a separate version of iDoc for, well, it used to be Palm and BlackBerry, and then it was iPhone, and then Android, and now the new BlackBerry and the new Windows phones. So I'm trying to make the website just more usable on all devices. So I hope you like it, and I'm calling it a beta product right now till people get a chance to test it and tell me if there's any issues that they come across. But it seems to be working well in my testing. And once again, I just want to thank everybody for using iDoc. I love working on it. I love making things for my fellow optometrists and other eye care providers, and I would not be able to do this without the support of all of you guys out there for the last 10 years or so. So thanks a lot, and if you have any feedback for me, shoot me an email. Thank you.